Up next is the hilarious Donald Long.
Can I get a show of hands? Anyone here watch late night, like Fallon, Kimmel? Show of hands. Oh, wow. 1, 2, okay. So we got about 10 wastes of this planet's resources. You guys don't ever get halfway through an episode of Carpool Karaoke and think, you deserve to breathe. I think my beef with late night is not so much that they're comedians and their source material. It's more that they're comedians and we expect them to guide us through the bad times. Like you'll turn on the TV and it'll be Jimmy Fallon talking like the head of the EPA about wildfires that, you know, displaced hundreds of thousands of people, and then he'll put on a big old hand and slap Kevin Hart in the face. And we have to trust him while he's doing this. And I don't know, I think if you go to a late night host for your news, the only thing I can think of as an equivalent is if you were a king in medieval Europe, and if you were under siege, you went to your court jester for advice. If you were walking on Middle Path in a crevice in the earth opened up, spewing fire, enveloping all in its way, you wouldn't go to me. It would be like being the president of a small college and making your only mental health counselor an oil baron. That bit was going to be a lot longer, Sean. And, I don't know, there's no variety either. It's the greatest contradiction of American capitalism because they are all unfunny, morbidly Caucasian men. They're just cornballs. Like imagine being John Oliver and the corniest thing about you is not even being British. How do those people get anything done talking like that? And I know they don't because I've seen the Queen go to climate summits, and it would hopefully be them throwing money at climate change, but it's just raising awareness, which is like Joe Biden and the Queen saying like, someone should do something about this. Which, it's the laziest form of activism, if you ask me. It's right down there with nonviolent protest, which I do every day. It's called sitting. I won't say where I do it. And a lot of my beef with sort of a lot of protest movements is, again, not so much the source material, but the way that they do it. Like, it feels like there's a couple steps before you would expect it to be like, okay, within my community, what can I do? No, it's like dismantle global capitalism. Like, there's a couple steps before that. You gotta murder like 1 or 2 local politicians before you get to that. And there's a couple steps after going to Staples for glitter pens and poster boards. We are the daughters of the witches you couldn't burn, which is true, because every woman that ever existed was either burned as a witch or she wasn't. And you don't see a lot of men. You don't see a lot of men at protests. That's a generalization, but men don't protest as much as women, because men do late night talk shows and play football. And the thing is, you can't do football and also be good at like another thing, as evidenced by there's a college that Kenya played about a month ago. It's called Wabash. Wabash is a school of 900 only boys. 250 of them play football. There's too much pent-up semen in that locker room for them to be bad. And the only reason why I know that that translates to on the field is because masculinity is kind of like a two-way street, where they're kind of pussies about if they can't have sex. It's if you show me the most helpless, ugly fuck you've ever met in your life, I will show you a guy that says, is it because of those things I do? Is it because of the way I am? And if you look at the media that men that don't have sex versus women that don't have sex create, I would say it's, well, insert Joker reference, Taxi Driver. When women weren't allowed to have orgasms, they wrote Pride and Prejudice. The disparity is massive. And it's, but I think we can say, you know, the literary men have a lot of say. You know, the arbitrarily agreed on, partially agreed literary men. I mean, not me, but you know, Ernest Hemingway, a lot of sex. Lord Byron, probably Fred Kluge. Not John Green, not that fucking thing. You see what happens when men try to write Pride and Prejudice? It's not classic. I'm in a class on great Kenyan writers right now, and John